Bro, I feel like you have a better chance of finding your dad that left 10 years ago than to find a job in 2025. Like, I swear, bruh, nobody wants to hire me. It's like, why even say y'all are hiring in the first place if y'all won't even take a second to look at my application? Finding a job nowadays is like dating. You're out here shooting your shot by putting in all these applications only for these companies to end up ghosting you. Not even a simple email saying that I wasn't selected. These companies just go completely ghost on you. They out here treating me like I'm some hoe or something. Because tell me why a few months back when I was looking for a new job because my current one wanted to cut my hours like LeVar Ball cutting off his leg type shit. And so when that shit happened, I applied to over 100 jobs and we are now in March. It's been a few months and not a single one ever hit me back. Not even McDonald's, bruh. Ronald McDonald out here hoeing by not giving people jobs. That greedy ass clown. Bro, you know you are cooked when not even McDonald's wants to hire your chopped ass. My advice to the people that are currently employed, please, for the love of God, keep that job that you hate so much. If you are one of those that keeps showing up late for work, you better start coming in at least an hour early. And for the ones that keep calling in for work, I want you to hop in that 1999 Civic with 200k miles on it and go clock into that 9 to 5, little bro. Because I promise you, the way the job market is nowadays, the last thing you want to happen to you is to lose your job.
We are back again. We're 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 back. We're back. Back. I said we're back again. We're back. Back. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In case you didn't get it from the intro, we are in fact back, and we're talking about the job market once again. I'm still unemployed and the job market is still cooked, so you've still got to hear about it. Based on a previous video, you guys seem to like hearing from people from around the world, from various different countries. So I figured, let's do that again, this time in the job market. So United States, Canada, the UK, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, this is your time to shine. Please come to the front of the class.
I don't get how there are people out there that say like nobody wants to work, yet there are people like me who graduated almost 2 years ago and have submitted over 1,500 job applications. And I still don't have a job. I've been doing like side work and social media and stuff to pay the bills. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be homeless. I'd probably be homeless, completely broke. But 1,500 job applications, and I've gotten maybe 20 or so interviews, I guess. I've been to the second round a whopping 5 times. 5 times in 1,500 job applications. Or 1,200. I don't even know. I stopped counting after 1,000. But in 2025, I'm boggled that anyone is getting a job in this market, and people are still saying that nobody wants to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a master's degree and I can't even get a job. College is a complete scam. Do not go. Save yourself the money.
Could someone tell me what I'm doing wrong? I have been applying for a minimum of 10 to 25 jobs every single day for the last 3 months, and I've been doing it consistently. I haven't even received a rejection letter. It says, thank you for applying, and then no word. There's no application status, there's nothing. My last real job, they fired me because I didn't want to take advantage of small business. I have gotten calls and stuff, and it's always, oh, you're overqualified. But then other jobs, I'm underqualified. What is it? I am very proud to be Tamil, by the way, but on my resume, I don't put my last name anymore because it is very traditional. And I don't even want that affecting my, if people are not going to, even talk to me. And then on top of that, everything is expensive. I don't even want to do much with my money. I just want to be able to take care of my dog. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry on camera. Okay, so I have, a problem with being too honest, apparently. So I've been working on it by not speaking. I don't know what else to do. Do you know how embarrassing it is to move back to your family's house at the age of 26? I thank God every single day for not having a kid. A kid would obviously be a blessing, but I couldn't imagine what other people are going through with kids. The stupid thing about this is I hate crying, and I usually don't cry, but yeah, I don't know. I just want a job. I'm not saying I don't want free money. I want to work for it. I want a real job. I want a good job. It could be minimum wage. I literally lost my studio because I didn't want to pay 1.5 every single month. I haven't really lost hope, but I don't know, you're supposed to make connections. So if there's literally anyone who knows of a job, this is like one of my chances. So please just, I don't know. I have a good resume, I think. This is pathetic.
Oh, Canada. Canada. Yeah, it seems like it's rough out there as well, up in the Great White North. I can relate with so much that she's going through, because from losing your apartment to having to move back with your family to struggling to find employment, it's the perfect storm of making you feel the way that I assume that she feels. Well, how she visibly looks like she feels. But yeah, keep your chin up, people. I've been told it gets better. I personally haven't experienced better just yet, but yeah, hang on to that hope, eh?
All right, this is a post from Reddit talking about the UK job market. It says, "It's killing me too. The job market is effing me around. So I had to accept a job I don't want, which pays less, 23k, than I was getting before, 27k, to pay my £780 rent in an 8-person house share, which is driving me round the bend. I didn't expect to still be doing this in my 40s. So this post from Reddit just solidifies what I've been saying on my TikTok account, which is that people are staying in HMOs for longer, and HMOs are killing people who are over the age of 30. When you hit 30, most people want to start a family, they want to start building, they want to start getting into a solid relationship, and they want to start looking for a long-term partner. You can't do this if you're in a HMO. You can't raise kids inside of a HMO. And it creates a very strange dynamic when you're in a HMO in your 40s and you're showing people who are just coming out of university, or maybe even in university, in student housing. Not to mention, going back to the UK job market, this guy is in his 40s and he's getting paid £23,000 a year. In your 40s, that just simply isn't a great wage. Now, I don't know what this person's circumstances. Obviously, life has its twists and turns and things happen sometimes. But it's going to be super challenging in your 40s to be able to get by on £23,000. Now, this person probably will be getting universal credit as well to top that up. But the fact is, they're paying £780 rent for a room in an 8-person house share. That, to me, is an extortionate amount of money. Now, this person doesn't say whether they live in London or not. I'm guessing not, because if it was London, that number is probably going to be higher. But it just goes to show you the state of things in the UK right now with the job market, people's social mobility, the housing, and the general economy. And I think generally this country is going down the drain faster than we think.
Everybody's looking for a job. There's so many people getting made redundant, people that just can't find jobs even though they're qualified. Like, everybody is struggling to find a job right now. Apparently even places like LinkedIn and all those kind of websites are even putting up fake job listings. It's honestly so sad and such a shame to see people spend so much time and money on uni to learn these skills to not even get a job in the field that they studied. Create your own opportunities. It takes about 2 to 5 people to start a startup, yeah? Of all the people in the world, of all the people who are also struggling to find jobs, you'll find 2 to 3 to 5 people who are in the same field as you, and you guys can just start your own corporation, startup, whatever. Someone will need your services, someone will need your skills, someone will need what you have to offer. So yeah, if these big companies are not trying to hire you guys, or you're getting made redundant, or you just can't find a job at all, create your own. Create your own. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but like, imagine everyone just dropped what field they're in at the bottom here, and you find like 2 to 3 or 5 people who are in a similar field, and you guys get together and just create your own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all just need to start thinking outside of the box. So imagine someone who does marketing commented on here, and there's like 2 to 3 people, and then you guys start up like a marketing company, right? But then you guys don't really know how to push out your marketing company, but then you've got like 4 people who do sales who also commented under here. So then you hire the people to help you with the sales, to push your marketing out there, to sell what you're doing, sell your business, and then you guys obviously then get your clients. It's a win-win. And the other option is just look at jobs in other countries, guys. There's so many different opportunities out there. Don't be afraid to just take that leap and just fucking relocate and start something new. This makes a lot more sense in my head, but you guys get my drift. Just create your own opportunities at this point, because the world is a shambles. your future self will thank you.
Look, she's not wrong. The general idea is to create your own opportunities and your own chances and your own luck in this life. But there should be a foundation level where we all can survive. It doesn't necessarily have to be meaningful, but it should just be able to sustain you. Because what I've noticed, which is the reason why I take these videos from around the world, in all of these economies and all of these countries, it's the same thing. The job market is crap, people can't find work, and also the cost of living is extortionately high. No wonder the birth rates are plummeting, because I don't see you being a late 20s, early 30s type couple wanting to start a family, and there you are stuck in a house share because you can't afford housing. But also the job market that you find yourself in isn't paying people well enough to be able to spread their wings and fly. Or should I say, spread their legs and make babies.
What did he say?
Go to university for all these years, you graduate, you apply for a job, and then the job requirements are for 3 years plus for an entry-level job. Entry-level job, 3 years plus experience. Where am I going to get it? Where am I going to get this entry-level job? This experience, sorry. Where? Show me, please. Where? Yes.
It's so funny but depressing to hear other people from around the world talk about how bad the job market is in their countries right now. And then the things that they're complaining about are things that are just standard in the South African job market. This is all we know. And then when you think about it, it makes perfect sense because we have such high unemployment levels consistently all the time for the past more than a decade, that the things that to other countries are a bad sign, an indicator for recessions, that's just the constant state of our economy. That's been our equilibrium forever. And yeah, it's very troubling, because how long can a country function like that really? And this includes things like having to interview for thousands of jobs that you qualify for, but you aren't getting any jobs. So they're calling them ghost jobs. That's been happening in South Africa forever. Things like meeting all the requirements for a certain job and then just not hearing back from them, or getting a rejection from them. And this doesn't just happen with one company, it's constantly happening. But then the post is still up there and vacant. It's what are these people looking for? Happened in South Africa pretty much for as long as I've been aware of the job market and thought about these things, right? So since I graduated high school, what's something else? Employers not wanting to hire people straight out of university, not wanting to skill young people, and wanting all of this experience as a bare minimum to hire you. We've been having it. And for me, it kind of troubles me, first of all, on a personal level, because I'm also a person, I need to have a job and work. But it troubles me also on a systemic level, because it's what are the consequences of a crisis carrying on as the normal for a country for this long? What are some of the things that we aren't even seeing yet that are going to happen? For example, if you think about it, the fact that so many people reach their 30s without even having their first job, some people go decades without having a job. What's that going to look like for retirees, pensions, people our age, millennials? What's going to happen when we have to retire and we have all of these gaps in our work life where you weren't collecting any type of retirement benefits, and now when you're 80, what's going to happen with you? So many people are going to become dependent on state pensions because they don't have anything else. They weren't able to work and save for retirement in their youth. It just, my brain could explode thinking about this. It's so distressing, and this is exactly why I stepped away from economics.
I don't mean to brag, but my country has been doing this for the longest. I don't know. I think black people just excel at doing the struggle thing.
How dare you?
The young lady mentioned ghost jobs. She mentioned having to interview a bunch of times, having to send in hundreds of resumes and CVs, applications to jobs, and doing all of these things only to be rejected even more times than you've applied. It's an ongoing thing. It's been an ongoing thing here in South Africa. And yeah, we're pretty experienced at it, actually. In fact, one of the things that most graduates understand when finishing university is that work is not guaranteed, and it's only a select few that will make it, when you actually think about the effects that have, the knock-on effects on the rest of the economy, it's actually pretty frightening. For example, let me just give you a taste of what we are going through in my country right now. One of our big insurers came out and said, hang on guys, we can't sustain old people on medical insurance because there aren't enough young people working paying into the medical insurance scheme in the country. So that just gives you an idea of how dire the situation is. Anyway, if you're new around here, every now and again, I like to dip my toes into the comment section, get a feel of, what the community is saying and what the general consensus is. And I came across this comment from one Special K, 1931. He says, the job market isn't cooked. It's the fact that people with an education won't take an entry-level job because they feel it's below them. Well, Special K, that might be what happens in other economies. I, for one, graduated in 2022 and I got my degree, my bachelor's degree in commerce, in marketing. From then, I already knew what the job market was like because, as the young lady said, this has been the constant state of the South African job market for the longest. And I sort of resigned myself to the fact that I'll be overqualified for the work that I get. And lo and behold, the one opportunity that I got, which was the recent job that I got laid off from, that was where I was overqualified and horrendously underpaid. And it wasn't a matter of I saw this job as beneath me. It's a very complex situation. And I think I speak for people from around the world when I say the last thing that you want is to go into debt for a degree or for a qualification of sorts, and then you can't find work in that qualification. Then you're forced to take an underpaying job, but the debt still remains the same for that employment. And now you're flipping burgers at McDonald's, but you're paying off a tens of thousands of rands, dollars, pounds qualification that you're stuck with, that's not yielding the return on investment that it was supposed to. I think therein lies the frustration. And boy, is it frustrating.
The job market right now is so bad. I don't know what to do. It's like next to impossible to find a job. Have you tried cold calling places? Have you tried walking in and giving them your resume? What about emailing them? Like, have you even tried that? I guarantee the only reason you don't have a job right now is because you are not trying hard enough. I mean, do you even want to work? Because to me, it sounds like you don't even want to work. Because if you really wanted to work, you would have a job by now. And I mean, if it's really that bad, maybe you should lower your standards and go work at McDonald's or something. I mean, I have a job, so it's not impossible to find a job. It's all about networking, okay? For example, I have the job that I have now because my dad knows the CEO of this company, so he just put in a good word for me, It's all about references. Maybe you should rework your resume. Oh, you know what? That's probably it. Yeah, you're right.
Hi guys, my name is Kanika and I want to talk about the Melbourne job market as a whole. I've been unemployed for a week tomorrow and quite literally happened out of nowhere. I was covering for maternity leave for roughly 7-8 months. My contract was set to end the start of August, but they pushed it forward and let me go last week without any reason, really, because I'm a fixed term contract. They can technically do that and give me 1 week notice. I didn't work the 1 week notice. They still paid me out for that. Employees will literally replace you. They don't care about your financial situation. They don't care about what's going on in your life. They will just do it. And it's never really the right time to ever lose a job, I would say. In my mind, I had 2 months to look for a job, right? And then now it's just been pushed forward. The job market is quite literally shit. My role, what I do specifically, is recruitment, HR, predominantly internal recruitment. And there's just a lack of roles in that department for my field specifically. And I'm applying for all these roles and I'm getting so many rejection letters, and I'm just like, what is even the point? If you're on LinkedIn, you can see how many people have applied for one specific role. The job will be up for like an hour and already over 100 applicants have applied. Now, why the fuck would I want to apply to that? Because I'm literally 1 out of 100. I'm 1 out of 100. And there's probably people that would have so much more experience than me. I literally want to cry because I've only gotten 2 interviews in the past week, which may seem a lot, but it's not enough when you're fucking about to go on holidays and need the funds. Oh, they're not getting this parking spot. I don't know what they're doing. I just wanted to rant about that because it's just like there is so many applicants going for like one job. Statistically, from what I've read, it's actually the toughest the market has been in terms of like jobs being raised. Like there's a lack of jobs and so many candidates. Anyways, watch this space because I'm probably just gonna off myself at this point.
Kia ora, my name is Lizzo. I've been job hunting in New Zealand for almost 2 months now, but I haven't had any interview invites yet. I worked full-time for 7 years at ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok back in China. Then I came to Massive University for my master's. I even became the vice president of the student association and worked part-time for a year. I didn't waste my time during my master's either. I worked hard on my English and go out there to socialize. I even shared my English learning journey on Chinese social media, and within a year, I gained 30,000 followers. I've made some money through social media and figured out how regular people can earn from it. Since coming to New Zealand, I've been working so hard to set myself up for the job market. I'm just feeling a bit anxious now. But of course, I understand that it's not just tough here in New Zealand. My friends back in China are also struggling. Some of my friends went to Canada and they say it's tough to find work there too. So I just wondering where in the world are the job market more welcoming?
Once again, the job market struggles seem to be a global issue. And as a person in the job market looking for something myself right now, the worst part of it all, the part that gets me, that makes me so frustrated and gives me sleepless nights, is the not knowing. Okay, fine, reject me, cool. Why? What's missing from my resume? What's missing from my CV? Is it a qualification thing? Is it an experience thing? Do you just not vibe with what I wrote on my resume/CV? What is it that I need to improve on? Tell me so I can go do that. But I'm going to end up pulling my hair out if nobody says anything and I just keep catching L's. This is the frustration that I think a lot of us carry with us with each and every application. But I hang on to the hope that maybe things will be all right in the not so distant future. All right, guys, that's it from me for today. What are your thoughts on the current job market where you are from? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, hit the like button because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button because we're trying to run these numbers up and get to my goal of 1,000 subs as soon as humanly possible. Thanks for watching. Peace.